Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Life of Logan. Today I want to talk to you about something that many of us struggle with. How we look back on love that has come and gone. But before I get everything started, I want to ask y'all a quick favor. If you will, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you're always up to date whenever I drop any of this content. And also make sure that you're liking the video. Appreciate you. Past relationships have a way of leaving echoes in our heart, or I guess you could say imprints on us. Some bring warmth, some bring pain, but all of them leave us with something. Like Denzel say, I'm leaving with something. And today, I want to challenge you to look at past love, not with regret, not with resentment, but with gratitude. Because no matter how things ended, there was something beautiful, something real that at least at one point in time, even if the moment was very fleeting, existed in that space. And that deserves to be acknowledged. Love doesn't always last in the way we want it to, but that doesn't mean it wasn't real. That it wasn't valuable, that it didn't change something in us. There were moments when time slowed down, when you felt seen, when you laughed in a way you hadn't before, and those moments mattered. Even if love ended in disappointment, there was a time when it was genuine. And if you can sit with that, you'll realize that love is never truly wasted. It teaches, it shapes, but it's never wasted. I've had to learn this myself. There were times when I look back on love, past relationships with frustration on myself and wishing things had gone differently, but when I really let myself see things for what they were, I actually became grateful. Looking back on it, grateful for the ways that I've grown, the lessons I've learned, and the ways I was loved, even if it was only for a season. Every love, every connection, it reveals something about who we are. Maybe it taught you patience. Maybe it showed you your worth. Maybe it forced you to confront something in yourself that you had been avoiding. Love is a mirror. And if you pay attention, it will reflect things back to you that you didn't even realize that you needed to see. So instead of focusing on how things ended, let's start asking ourselves a few questions. What did this person bring into my life that I needed at that time? Because people come into your life for different reasons and seasons to help guide and usher you through something, to help unlock some things in you. And we need to acknowledge that and see through everything else for what it was. Next up, we have, how did this relationship change the way I see myself and love? Because whether we want to admit it or not, you a different person after that relationship. After every relationship, you're a different person because you have experienced something different. You've experienced a new person. Even if you didn't spun the block, as they say, you are still, it's still something, a new experience there, even if it's a familiar person, because y'all are approaching things maybe in a different way, maybe some ways in the same way, but it was still some growth from when you first met that person and y'all just met each other cold and didn't have any history with each other, and you still a new person. Even if the person is familiar, you both are still new because you've experienced each other. And maybe you've experienced other people in y'all time apart. And coming back, you're still a new person. And then last but not least, This is what lessons can I carry forward into future connections. Again, comes from knowing yourself. This comes from maybe a person exposes you to a love language that you didn't even know that was important to you. Maybe you had your love languages, you thought you had them all figured out, and then you sit back and realize, like, hey, wait a minute, I do enjoy somebody buying me gifts or whatever, or even if it's a just because gift, just because you thinking about me. Like, hey, I do enjoy somebody pouring it to me verbally. I do enjoy the experience of quality time to where no matter what we doing, it's quality because I'm with them. And if you can shift your perspective from loss to learning, from bitterness to wisdom, you'll realize that love, even love that didn't last, is still a gift. There's power in letting go with love, not holding on to resentment, not clinging to old wounds, but simply acknowledging what was, appreciating it, and then releasing it. Sometimes we hold on to past love because we feel like letting go means erasing it, but that's not the truth. Letting go isn't forgetting, it's honoring the experience and making room for what's next. So if you all are out there and you're still carrying the weight of a love that no longer is yours, I want you to ask yourself, what if I could let go with love? What if instead of holding on to pain, you held on to the gratitude? What if you trusted that love will find you again in the right way, in the right time? Because it definitely will. Love leaves imprints on us, but we get to choose what those imprints mean. Will we make them scars, or will they be reminders of the beauty that once was? And that choice ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, is yours. As you move forward, carry the lessons, hold the gratitude, and trust that love isn't done with you yet. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Life of Logan. If this episode resonated with you, share it with somebody who might need it. And remember, every love, even the ones that didn't last, were part of your becoming. Until next time, take care.